The fake investment app that stole millions overnight. What if the app on your phone, the one showing your growing investment balance, was never real in the first place? Not hacked, not broken, just fake. Designed to show profits that didn't exist, withdrawals that were never processed, and growth that was completely fabricated. And by the time users realized the truth, millions had already disappeared. This wasn't just a scam. It was a digital illusion built to look like success. The first impression, it started like any legitimate investment platform. Clean interface, smooth animations, real-time charts. Everything looked professional. The app was easy to download, easy to use, and surprisingly convincing. It had login security, account dashboards, transaction histories, and even customer support. To the average user, it looked more advanced than some real financial apps. And that was the point, because when something looks professional, we assume it is trustworthy. One detail made this scam even more dangerous. Many users believed the app had to be legitimate simply because it was available on official app stores. They assumed that if an app could be downloaded publicly, it must have been verified and approved. But scammers understand the trust. Some fake investment apps use temporary approvals or misleading company information to appear authentic long enough to attract victims. Others imitate the design and branding of real financial companies to make detection even harder. And by the time reports begin appearing online, the operators have often already moved the money elsewhere. How users were attracted. People didn't find the app randomly. They were introduced to it through social media posts, private messages, and recommendations from others who were already using it. Sometimes it was a friend, sometimes an online community, sometimes even a so-called financial mentor. The message was always the same. This platform is working. People are making money. You should try it. And because the recommendation came from someone familiar, it felt safe. That's how trust spreads in modern scams. Not through advertisements, through people. The early experience. New users started with small deposits, just to test it. $100, maybe $2. The process was simple. Deposit money, watch it grow, and it did grow. Balances increased daily. Graphs moved upward. Everything looked perfect. And just like that, trust was built. Users began checking the app constantly. Morning, afternoon, before sleeping. Every time they opened it, the numbers were higher. And those numbers created emotional attachment. Because watching money grow feels addictive. The illusion of profits. Inside the app, everything was designed to reinforce belief. Numbers changed in real time. Notifications showed profits being added. Charts displayed consistent growth. Users could see their money increasing every day. But here's the truth. None of it was connected to real markets. None of it was based on actual investments. It was just code. A system designed to simulate success. The profits weren't real. The growth wasn't real. The entire experience was controlled from behind the screen. Withdrawals that built trust. The most powerful feature wasn't the profits. It was the withdrawals. Some users were able to withdraw small amounts. And that changed everything. Because once money reaches your bank account, it feels real. And that proof spreads fast. People shared their success. They posted screenshots. They told others. And just like that, the app gained credibility. What users didn't realize was that those early withdrawals were part of the strategy. Small payouts were used to create confidence. Because once people trust the system, they invest more. The rapid growth. As more users joined, deposits increased. People who started small began investing larger amounts. Hundreds turned into thousands. Thousands turned into life savings. Because everything inside the app suggested success. And success creates confidence. Confidence leads to bigger risks. Some users even convinced family members to join. Others borrowed money to invest more before the opportunity disappeared. The fear of missing out became stronger than caution, and that's exactly what the scammers wanted. What was really happening? Behind the scenes, there was no investment activity, no trading, no assets, no financial operations. The app was not connected to any real system. It was a closed environment, a controlled interface. Money deposited by users didn't go into investments. It went directly to the operators. The app simply displayed numbers to keep users engaged. Everything users believed was happening existed only on a screen. And as long as people kept depositing money, the illusion stayed alive. The turning point. As deposits increased, withdrawals became more difficult. At first it was small delays, then larger ones. Excuses appeared. System maintenance, high transaction volume, temporary restrictions. Users were told to wait, and most of them did, because the app had worked perfectly before. That's the psychological trap. Once people trust a system, they tend to defend it, even when warning signs appear. The disappearance. Then one day everything stopped. The app wouldn't load. The website went offline. Customer support vanished. Social media accounts disappeared. And just like that, the entire system was gone. No updates, no explanations. Only empty screens and lost money. For many victims, the hardest part wasn't just losing the money. It was realizing the success they experienced was never real to begin with. Why it worked? This scam succeeded because it felt real, not just in appearance but in experience. Users didn't just see profits, they interacted with them. They logged in daily, they watched their balances grow, they experienced success, and that experience made the illusion powerful, because the brain trusts what it experiences more than what it is told. The scam didn't rely only on technology. It relied on emotion, excitement, hope, greed, trust. And those emotions are easier to manipulate than most people realize. The warning signs. There were signs even if they weren't obvious. Unrealistic returns, lack of transparency, no clear connection to real markets, and most importantly, a system that could not be independently verified. If everything exists only inside an app, that is another, because real investments exist beyond a single interface. And if a company avoids difficult questions or makes the process intentionally confusing, that should immediately raise suspicion. How to protect yourself. Before trusting any investment app, take a step back. Research the company behind it. Check if it is registered and regulated. Verify its connection to real financial markets. Because what you see on the screen can be controlled. What matters is what exists outside it. Always remember, a polished interface does not equal legitimacy. Professional design is not proof, and consistent profits with no clear explanation are never normal. Final thought. The most dangerous scams don't just take your money. They create a reality where losing it feels impossible. They show you growth, they give you control, they let you experience success, and that experience becomes the trap. This wasn't just a fake app. It was a system designed to replace reality with illusion. Because in the digital world, credibility can be manufactured. If you want to stay ahead of scams like this, subscribe to Scam Ledger. Because understanding how these illusions are built is the first step to avoiding them. And remember, just because something looks real on your screen doesn't mean it exists in the real world.